Oh my goodness. Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. No, it's actually Wednesday. I'm not late. How are ya? Cheers. I'm just trying to copy over some pictures and stuff. I haven't been on for a couple weeks, so. That's my piece of crap beer that I put V8 in. It still tastes like crap. Oh, lots happened this past. Okay. How are you doing? Cheers. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Hope you're having a great week. So, didn't put a Homebrew Wednesday out last week. Too much going on. Trying to finish some stuff up, some personal things. Get that all done here in the house. Work's been crazy. Was able to do a couple brews, so I'd like to give a shout out to Nate and Elder for giving me the recipe for the drop kick. Nate went ahead and brewed that up. Fermentation's done. It's in the secondary right now. That was a week ago last Saturday I did that one, and then this past weekend, Sunday evening, I went ahead and did an all grain. I just did a smash. I did a 10 pounds of 2-row and about, I don't know, since these hops were wet, it probably came out to be the equivalent of 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces of Centennial hops. So that's just finishing up primary fermentation at this point. I just took a gravity reading, and on the brick scale it is 7. So it's attenuated out to almost 6% at this point. I'm just going to let her go a couple more days to make sure that everything drops out that needs to drop out of it. The yeast I used on it, which is weird, the Dropkick Nate, I had done a starter. I had US-05 that I had the jar that I had the yeast in. There was just a small amount of yeast in there, so I had that going while I was doing the brew over at Buddy's house. And I pitched the yeast the next day when the wort got down to temperature, and 24 hours went by and there was no activity in the airlock whatsoever. Cracked the lid on the thing, and there's nothing going on. So I said, okay, I'll give this another 12 hours to see what happens. Well, same thing. Got up the next morning, there's no activity in the airlock. Cracked it open, and there was nothing going on. So I said, okay, I got to go to work anyway. So I went ahead, and I had some US-04 that I had harvested. So I went ahead and got that out of the fridge, got that in the Erlenmeyer flask, and got that spinning on the stir plate so that would warm up throughout the day. And when I got home, the airlock wasn't doing anything, but I cracked the lid and there was some Krausen starting on it. So the US-05 was having an issue starting. I think it was the amount of yeast. I didn't give it enough time to get the colony multiplied. So I went ahead and pitched the 04 on top of the 05, and 5 hours later this thing was just bubbling like crazy. So I have US-04 and 05 that I did the Dropkick Nate with. So after the Dropkick Nate fermentation was completed, I went ahead and racked it into secondary, and I took the trub and went ahead and harvested the yeast on that, and part of that went into my smash. So I have a US-04/05 in the smash. So I should be able to keg the smash probably it just got done with main fermentation. So yesterday the bubbles were going about once every 10 seconds. Right now it's about once a minute. I just cracked it and took the reading, and the krausen's all the way down. I give it a couple days for it to everything to fall out that needs to fall out. Then I'll go ahead and I'll rack that baby over and cold crash and get it carbonated and get ready to have some more homebrew. So I'm just glad. I'm probably gonna dump the rest of this extract that I did. It was a pre-hopped extract. It was a Mutton's Pills, and I just wish I knew what hops were in there. I bet you I could find it online, but I did something. It didn't turn out right. It's the first beer that I'm really not happy with. Even tomato juice isn't making it palatable enough for me. So as soon as I can buy some more cheap beer, I'll go ahead and do that while I'm waiting for the smash to get done. But the drop Nate, I'm gonna let that go until probably another week, maybe a week and a half. Let that finish up, and then get that into keg, get that cold crashed, and get it carbonated, and hopefully send a bottle out to Nate and Elder so they can try mine. I put just a little bit more Pilsner in there. I know that you had kind of it was a little higher than a sessionable beer, but I like my beers a little bit more higher gravity. But the drop it had a great recipe, so all I did was add like an extra pound of Pilsner. That's all I did. And then the only other change was the US 05 and 04 yeast. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert some pictures in here as we go. I don't know if I showed you this. I got my my refractometer in, and this one just does bricks. It doesn't have both scales on it where you have where you can get your reading just like in a hydrometer. You don't have those readings. You just have the bricks readings. So I'm getting used to doing the conversions with the bricks, which isn't a big deal. So for the cost I got this thing for, not bad at all. I have infrared thermometer that I'm using. I'm figuring that guy out. I was having an issue when I first used it on the initial boil that I did. It wasn't given an accurate reading. It was because of the way I was using it. Right now I have a GoPro clone camera on its way. It should be here by the end of the month. Hopefully that thing will work and I can get some high resolution video and pictures going as well. I'm going to be on call again starting this next weekend. We've lost a lot of people at my work, so our on-calls are about once a month now. So that's with the workload and everything, I haven't had time to really do anything smacking those brews out of the way. I mean, I always have to make time to do the brews because that's me. That's my hobby. That's what I do. And getting the house done. So I got the basement bathroom completed. That's done. The wife's got her bathroom now, and now I just got to work on the rooms on the outside of there, which isn't going to take much to get done. Had to rip out a few things and had to do some drywall and put some venting in for the bathroom that will go outside and get that all enclosed, make it look all nice, put the flooring in, and as soon as it's all done, I'll go ahead and I'll videotape, take pictures and stuff so y'all can see what kind of a handyman I am. I've been working on this house for a few years and over time, and we're finally getting to the end of it, which is absolutely nice. Finally getting there, and we can work on the outside and spruce that up. Plans for brews. It's mid-October right now. I was gonna do a stout, but those run pretty high on the ingredients. So I'm just going to keep sticking to some of the simplified beers where I'm doing, you know, pale ales or an ale. Might do Pilsner. I don't know. I usually start off with one thing and I end up on the other side of the rainbow. So um, nothing really definite. I'd really like to do a stout, but it just costs too damn much money to right now to do it. So I hope you're all having a great week. Have a great weekend as it comes up, and I should be able to post next week, as long as things don't get in the way, because on call really is it's a monster in itself. Either it can be kind, or it can be so overwhelming that you don't get any sleep. So I should be able to be posting next week on Homebrew Wednesday. Depending on the week, I'll probably work a couple days at home. If that's the case, I'll, you know, whatever's going on, I'll get something on film and do that. Take care. I'm glad that you tuned in. Sorry, it's kind of a boring Homebrew Wednesday, but really not much to report except those two brews that are going right now. And I'll go ahead and you know, put pictures in it before this and after or whatever, so you can take a look. Cheers, everybody. Rock on, man. See you.